Previously on Legends of Aelos. Returning to the story, our party not only stands before a living legend in the company of heroes, Asher Asterion, but they are actually being approached by him and his tiefling partner, Eden. Elena, Asterion inquires upon approach, the man recognizing the oracle that has been in the company of our party for some time now. Elena responds affirmatively, and introductions ensue. Though fairly obvious as to the nature of the parade, a dragon corpse is quite the large trophy after all. Asher and Eden inform the party as to why the ceremony is being held. Another older gentleman, Asher and Eden's advisor Jormund, comes by and beckons the pair to return to the procession in order to keep the parade moving. Before parting ways, though, Eden and Asher invite Elena and her compatriots to attend the celebratory feast tomorrow, and Jormund provides invitations, which also function as a voucher for a discount at the local tailor. The event is formal after all, and appropriate attire is expected. Though there are some that do not initially believe celebration the most appropriate course of action considering recent events, the party does indeed come to the general consensus that a festive event might be the refreshing distraction that everyone needs to mend from recent events and clear their minds in preparation for the adventures that appear to be on the horizon. Before traveling to the market district, the party decides to offload their encumbering equipment at Balin's, who generously opens up his home and barracks to them. Upon arrival, they discover the fascinating site of Grizzy's workshop, where Grisman created everything from the firearms he could make to ornamental pieces that can play music automatically. Unfortunately, it appears that someone was privy to the research and work that he had performed here, and during Balin and crew's absence, they had ransacked the place looking for research and schematics. A theory further solidified at the discovery that nothing else seemed to have been plundered from the residents. Balin bequeaths a few trinkets and treasures of Grizzy's to some of the party members, elements to assist them, as well as give something of Grizzy's to help carry his memory on and out into the world. The party takes a few moments to settle in and take in their surroundings before making their way to Handsome's wares. Upon arrival, the party is greeted by the stylish and eccentric tiefling Percival Handsome, who demonstrates his flair for the theatric and starts snapping outfits onto the party members with his mastery of illusion spells. After some time, the party determines and orders their outfits so that they can be ready for the grand event the next day. Afterwards, the party splits to take care of various chores and restocking their supplies and such. They all agree that they will meet again at the Light Post Inn Tavern, though Ace and Bolt decide to head there early, a plan to generate some coin in their minds. Unfortunately for them, their timing, or perhaps their choice of location, couldn't have been more inopportune, for not long after their arrival, Ace is approached by a gruff half-orc and his companions, a half-orc familiar to Ace, for all the wrong reasons. Bort greets Bolt with his words and Ace with his dagger. The situation grows tense, though fortunately Ace and Bolt are able to stall long enough for the rest of the party to arrive. In a normal situation, the party might have been able to handle this with force, but unfortunately, most members have left their equipment in Balin's, and overall, the group is ill-equipped for a fight. Luckily, cunning is at hand, and Asher keenly distracts Bort and his crew while the rest of the party gathers to leave. Bort initially tries to stop them despite being charmed by Asher, but Briar casts a spell that doubles Bort over in laughter. The party is able to escape into the shadowed early evening streets, and they successfully evade their pursuers. The group gathers Balin and their equipment, and after going to a different tavern for dinner, the group turns in for the evening. But before all go to sleep, Ace, Elena, Briar, and Rowan have a little impromptu dance session/lesson. Not everyone has had the frequency or even exposure to formal dancing, after all. In the morning, the group departs to Handsome's to collect their garments, and they spend the time between then and the feast casually about the town, enjoying their fabulous new attire. As the hour for the feast arrives, the party finds themselves at the door to the hall where the event is being held. As they are presenting their invitations to the guard at the door, the party's association is made abundantly clear to the guardsmen, as Elena formally introduces herself, and Eden appears to pull a quick prank before welcoming her guests. The efforts in preparation to adorn and provide for the gala are certainly not unnoticed, especially considering that Midcove is a smaller seaside port. Garros Koska, the mayor of the town, introduces himself and the party is proceeded to be sat with the guests of honor at the head table. Drink, food, song, and dance are abundant as the evening progresses, and eventually Asher and Eden head to the front stage to address their guests. They announce thanks for the honors that they have been given, and also announce that the two are betrothed to be wed. There are some, though, amongst the Order of Light, that find this appalling and profane. Some verbally chastise Asher for mating with an infernal tiefling. Though souring in the moment as it is, Eden is quick to resume song and dance, and with the parting of the Order of Light members, the remainder of the celebration transpires without further interruption. Afterwards, the party stands with Asher, Eden, and Jormund, the latter to bid farewell to our group before embarking to Kinghaven. Elena, too, parts ways here, as now she must go into seclusion, as she had stated she must back in the temple on Kellipi. Though the size of the party has dwindled, their experiences are more abundant, and there is still a vast world set ahead for them, and it is from here we shall continue the story of the legends of Aelos.
We return to the party as they've concluded their night and they've returned to Balin's humble abode to approach the night with some respite. Floor's yours.
I am so sad. Why did she have to leave us so soon?
It could have been worse. She could have left us at the temple, remember?
Yes, I'm sure we'll see her again.
We better.
I think
Well, now that we have the party out of the way, I believe in the morning we have some unfinished business at the tavern.
You mean with your friend?
I do mean with my friend, yes. Sadly, I believe he knows all of our faces now, so my thought process was to have somebody go check it out that he doesn't quite know who is. Balin, would there be a chance that you could enter the tavern beforehand and scope it out? I can give you a description of what the man looks like, and possibly give the man behind the bar a heads up of what's to come.
Yeah, that would be the proper thing to do with old Bill Bailey. But, you won't be far behind, right? And if it starts to get scrappy in there and all that.
Right, we'll be right outside. Imagine maybe there's some kind of, don't even need to bring attention to yourself if, just let us know that he's in there and, you said his name was, what again? I'm sorry.
Billy Bales.
Billy Bales, yes. If you can let him know what is to come and then get right out of there and we shall go in. If you guys are willing to help.
Well, I mean, just put it out there. Don't know if we wanted to maybe see if we could have some pull with the mayor, seeing as we know who he is now, but
I think if we take care of the business and the mayor or the town guard gets stepped in, we might be able to talk our way out of it now that we are friends with higher people.
But I don't think we need to take advantage of the opportunity we've been given. The honor, we're going to soil that real fast by doing something like that. Better to
That's
ask.
a slippery slope for sure, too. You start to head down that way and then you're no different than him.
Think about that, Ace. You're better than that. We could take the higher route.
He needs to be put down.
I could tell him another joke.
The man does need to be taught justice, but I don't think the way that you want to do it is the way we should go about it.
what's more punishing, him being put down and being relieved of anything that ails him, or rotting away the rest of his life in a cellar?
That's fine. We can keep him alive.
I think that's a better option, in my opinion. And Ace, you know you have my swords, but I can't agree with doing something like that.
Balin,
Not without provocation, of course.
This man was a transporter for sketchy people. If we are able to get his paperwork, how possible would it be to find a seller for it? Split the profits?
Seller for it, like his identification?
His ship.
Oh, I ship the whole thing. Absolutely.
Wait a moment. With Balin, if we got these papers, why sell the ship? Why not, expand business, so to speak? We could be business partners.
That's true. Having 2 ships, that's double the profit if you do it properly.
Let's execute the plan beforehand. And then we can talk about how we want to do it with the loot afterwards. I appreciate you guys helping me with this and pushing me back from that edge.
Rowan's gonna put his hand on his shoulder and give like a firm little squeeze. Higher up, brother. Higher up. And then tap him, and then let's get some sleep. And we got a big day tomorrow. Talk to the mayor. Talk to the town's guard maybe first. Or the mayor. Mayor first, then town's guard. I don't know how we want to do it, but
I would actually like to go see Billy. I mean,
if we
This
take
sad-
care of this guy, we could probably have access to the bar freely without having to worry we're going to get jumped.
Yeah, Briar, you're not going to be able to say hi to Billy until we take care of him. Because he knows your face as well.
I just thought that my joke.
Fondly.
Well, if Rowan, if we are going to see the mayor, would you? I want to look around for some more of the clues for what we sniffed up around here. I would like
Absolutely.
to retrieve those blueprints.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
And before we depart, we should probably figure out where it is we intend on going once we leave this town. But that can be all after the fact.
An adventure with you guys. I'm actually pretty excited about it. Something different than Jathrill's adventures, for sure. Something to call my own, our own. I'm pretty excited. You got something to say, Briar?
Yeah. I'll ask you some other time.
Okay. Well, to bed.
To bed.
Ace is going to walk over to the table or the dresser where that concoction was that Grisman had made up that he offered to them earlier. And he's going to pick it up and he goes, might as well use this. You can't punch every problem that you can get to.
Oh, the crossbow?
Yes.
The double crossbow?
Yes.
Excellent. Somebody's using my magic item, my home brewed. Yes.
You
I
see,
Hint,
so
hint,
sad.
nudge. Like,
It's not been actually created, but just let me, just in case you come to the point where you use it very quickly, it's literally just, it shoots twice. Second shot is disadvantage. That's it.
Okay. Good to know.
I have a so Elena is gone and I'm going to be sleeping alone for the first time. And I don't want to. Can someone take the bunk next to me so I'm not alone?
Anyone you'd prefer?
I don't care. Just anybody. I really don't want to be alone.
I'm fine with it, unless anyone... No?
Corona, if you don't mind.
Certainly. I mean, we spent long enough together. I don't think there'd
Yeah.
be anything awkward at this point.
No.
Bolt kind of speaks up. I mean, I could do it. I don't snore all that loud. I don't think. Do I snore that loud, guys?
I don't recall you snoring, but I'm a heavy sleeper, so.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem for me. Just don't do any funny business. Well, second thought, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I might wake up with.
Maybe you should
something.
be a little intimidated of me, Bolt.
Are you sure you know what you're getting into, Bolt?
You know, I think I might just stay with the guys. I don't have to worry about waking up with something painted on my face, I think.
She might attack your chicken.
On that note, Asher's just gonna like bury his head in his hands and walk
He's
out
like,
to go meditate and like
"Well,
some
good night."
grassy
Rowan's gonna walk to his bunk and start getting ready for some sleep. And he's
So
gonna tell
who is sleeping in her room?
I'll be sleeping or
Karan.
trancing. We'll be meditating in the same
Trance
room together.
together, yeah.
We're going to a rave together.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's a
We're going
trance.
to party.
Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Karen,
Yes.
I'm very troubled about what we heard today.
The persecution
Yes.
seems it's rampant, wherever, and against anyone who's not, as they say, human.
Or even the ones with human but with magic that doesn't heal. This bothers me very deeply.
Mm-hmm.
If for some reason we get a ship, I mean, it might behoove of us. People might need to flee, I think. And then we were just at the Killapi Isles and they were so nice. I'm so scared for everybody at this point.
I completely agree. I'm concerned too. We have to consider, there are some limitations that only we alone can do, but I'm with you. I agree. And I certainly wouldn't consider, especially with the ability of having a ship afforded to us, we should consider if we have to come to some course of action like that. It would be against the oaths that I took to not help other people, or anything would become more aggressive to them.
Why did you seem so... I thought you liked to dance. I thought
do.
maybe...
So I was honestly a bit distracted. It's embarrassing to admit I hang on some simple word that another person uttered, but when Asher and Eden were talking about being what are called oath breakers, that struck a nerve. The things that I did back on Kellepie, I feel as though I've broken oaths of my own. Even if I knew it to be right, if it's something that had to be done, there was some compulsion there that felt different, but felt beyond what I thought myself capable, and I don't know. I honestly can't say for sure, but I feel as though at some point I may want to consult with those in the conclave, at least for some clarity.
Well, if it ever keeps you up at night, you can talk to me.
I appreciate that, Brian.
Don't keep it all to yourself. It's not healthy.
No, you're right, it certainly isn't. If anything comes up, especially from here on out, I'll be sure to keep you in the loop.
Yeah. I'm gonna just cuddle my tree uncle and lay down and go to bed.
Good night,
I'm the
Tamara.
big spoon.
Good night, Brian.
Good night, Kieran.
Briar, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, okay. We'll see if he likes being a little spoon. All right. 19 plus 5. So I think we're okay.
It kind of catches you off guard, but for a moment when you kind of snuggle the tree form Tambrin, for a moment you feel almost as if it like leans and presses into you. And with that high of a roll, for a moment you hear just the faintest and slightest. That's it.
Could I hear that?
Roll perception.
Okay. That is 15 plus 4, 19.
15 plus 4 with the 19. You don't necessarily see that it did that, but you do hear just the slightest little whimper.
That wasn't me.
It's curious. Sounded like it. Maybe I'm just tired. Good night, Brian.
Good night, Karan, and I'm... Okay, didn't make me cry.
Okay. Unless there's anything else you guys would like to do, you enter the night. Before we take a long rest, Ace, as you slip into sleep, for a moment, this dream kind of comes to you, and you find yourself in this kind of misty, ethereal hallway. Very unfamiliar place to you, and in this weird sense that you feel there, that you're there physically for this moment, you also see or feel as if what you're experiencing is just all like in your mind's eye. And just faintly in this hallway, you see just this slight glow. Kind of a purple, bluish glow. Just a little kind of speck.
Okay. Can I walk towards the glow?
Yeah. As you approach, it kind of quickly, in this kind of like halfway place between this like actually being there and just being in your mind's eye, it comes very, very close, and you can see it clearly. It's actually the amethyst like gem, and as you peer into it closer, you see the swirling of kind of water and ethereal kind of energy, that kind of like trance that you feel, and you hear,
I can give you what you seek.
and the gem just floats there.
What is it do you think I seek?
Harness. Release. Magic.
Well, I ain't the sharpest tool in the toolbox there, but seems pretty sketchy.
Magic from within.
And what exactly do you want?
Release.
What, like release you? Are you trapped?
Yes. We
How-
will speak again.
And the gem starts to drift away.
What in the hell did I eat at that party?
Go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw. And because you have that, go ahead and roll with advantage because of the feast. Hero's Feast, you'll have advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
I love you, son.
That was the best conversation with a demon I've ever heard in my life.
Well, shit.
So
Every one of your pitches to Holton was a curveball or a slider. How do I have this conversation?
With advantage, I rolled a 7 and a 9, and I got a +1, so 10.
Ooh, okay. Blind. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. With advantage, right?
It's just perception, so I don't think there's any
Well,
advantage on.
Well, I didn't know if the meal thing applied to me in this case still or not.
Well, it's wisdom saving throws is what you have advantage on, so there's no. I don't think there's any benefit to this.
Oh, I thought you said the meal gives advantage on all. What's so? It's only
No, it gives on wisdom saving throws. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so then it's just a 14. It's 10 plus 4, 14.
While you're in your trance state, you feel your phylactery kind of almost a strange feeling where it almost feels warm, but it has like a cold aura to it. It's like the direct contact is warm, but the aura is cold. And in that moment, you feel it kind of pull away from you. And from there, you can exit your trance right now if you would like.
Yes, I'm going to, and I'm going to grip it to make sure that what it was doing was what I felt it was doing.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you grab it, it loses that warmth, it loses that cold, and it loses that tug. And you look up, and Ace is standing directly in front of you. His hand reached out a little bit. And at
Ace.
that moment, he snaps out.
What are you doing, Ace?
What are you doing? Briar, what did you do to me?
What no, you what? I was here. We were both here. You were
I
in
was
your room.
pulling a tree.
What? Did you knock? I did not hear you knock.
How did I get here?
That's what we're trying to determine. I mean, lack of evidence dictates you should tell us.
Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't much of a sleepwalker beforehand, so I don't understand.
It looked like you were grabbing for my... Were you trying to take my phylactery?
Why would I don't understand. Why would I take your phylactery?
I was there, and then I felt it. Felt warm, although cold. It was strange, and then I felt like it was lifting, and then I awoke and grabbed it, and there you were. That's as much as I know.
I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest. I had this weird dream, and now you're telling me I'm walking to you. I don't.
Strange dream.
How much did you have to drink, Ace?
That's a valid question.
Apparently too much.
Well, do you want to talk about it, or...
No, it's okay. Well, I'm just gonna go back to bed. I'll talk to you guys in the morning.
Does Rowan hear this? Does this wake up
They
Rowan
would be
at all?
across the room. Or he's in the other room. They were both in the other room, so he left your guys' room. And
would he hear the conversation?
You're
No,
a deep
'cause you're
sleeper,
in a
though.
different room.
I am a deep sleeper. That's
deep
true.
sleeper.
Unless they were yelling. That's what I was probably.
No.
My next question was gonna be.
No, we're just having like a
Hush tone.
local conversation, yeah, on the other side of a room.
You got it.
And somehow the sleepwalker respectfully closed the door.
Yeah.
So you were trying to touch his phylactery? Like,
Well, Brian, I was here. I was entranced, and then I felt like it was strange. It felt warm and cold at the same time. Like if something was so hot that it felt cold, or so cold that it felt hot, and then it started to lift, and that's when I woke up, and I grabbed it, and it was there, and as was Ace.
Remind me to never drink or eat whatever we just ate at that party. I don't.
she's dying because of phylactery.
because it was cold and warm and it was trying to lift. It sounds like a giant dick joke.
There's a difference between a phylactery and a phylactery. I know the emphasis is subtle. But...
Yep.
All right, well, I'm just gonna go back to bed. You guys have a good night. I have no idea what was just happening, and if I start to sleepwalk again, I guess just smack me and wake me up.
Okay. We can always chain you later. Bye.
If you want to talk, let me know.
Okay, bye.
As he, is he out of the room yet, Ace? Basically, I was gonna wait till you left the room, and then I was just gonna look at Brian and be like, "That's curious."
I think we should let's push my cot against the door just in case he tries to touch you again.
Fair. I think he might understand.
I feel like it's canon that Briar doesn't know that the phylactery is the thing on his neck, and every time he talks about his phylactery, she thinks he's talking about.
I'm fine with that.
He's really protective of his phylactery.
Well, I would think so. You need consent for that. That's very weird.
This is true. It is very intimate ritual.
Yes.
The lifting.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
So that's what the demon wanted. It wanted his phylactery. Interesting. I don't know if I want magic that bad.
I'm saying that wrong. I should say, oh my.
Oh dear. Oh heavens. Okay.
So yeah,
okay.
now that we've barricaded ourselves in the room,
So the rest of the night, your guys, it takes what, 4 hours for you guys to complete your long rest?
yeah, our
Or-
trance is
or-
4. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
4, okay.
Early to
So-
bed, early to rise.
So I would say you two
Late to bed.
and anybody else who by chance may be up at this point, roll a. I'd say we're probably about 5 hours into the night. So we're looking at probably around 4 a.m., 4 or 5 a.m.
Okay, so we went to bed at 11, kind of. Okay. What type of roll was this again?
Perception, sorry.
Perception.
Just
Okay.
roll. Just a roll. I just want to see what your D20 is
Alright.
doing. Just see what it's up to.
Okay. So it's a 17 plus 4. So I got 21.
Oh yeah, Hugh beats me because I only got to 17.
That's still good.
I know.
Everybody else, go ahead and roll as well, even in your sleep. Let's see if you wake up or not.
Let's see how conscious and perceptive you are when you're
Yeah,
asleep.
let's see where I
Conscious.
sleepwalk to this time.
Dirty 20.
Perception?
Mhm.
Perception. Yeah.
Rowan also got a dirty 20, 17.
30, 20,
I got an
Ace.
11.
11.
Man,
Okay,
we're
you might be a little heavy in your sleep, but maybe not. That's
I'm
not
not-
too bad for.
No, I'm a little heavy, but I'm still there sleepwalking again.
That's because you slept walk. It wasn't uninterrupted. It was
Right.
So, as you two that are already awake, the rest of you hear a almost off in the distance, somewhere within Midcove, within this town, a blaring horn, just.
Rowan's gonna
And-
shoot up out of bed.
Ace is the only one that's kind of slow to rise. He didn't
Passed out.
quite hear.
Did not hear it.
Is this a
I'm
type
gonna-
of? Yeah, but go ahead.
I'm gonna
Roll a
look
history
over
check
at
to see if you
Rowan
know what
and be
kind of
like-
horn it might be.
Oh yeah, that would actually be a good one. Can I? I'm gonna roll for
Yeah, yeah.
history to check. To
Like,
see
what is
Rowan
that?
does.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo.
What were you doing, Ash?
I was gonna look over at Rowan and be like, and notice that I'm not the only one that just heard massive horn in the distance.
And then perception again.
It'd
So
be
this is history, survival?
History.
History. Oh, I got a 19 minus 1 and 18.
I got
That's not bad.
22.
I got an 18 plus 1.
Yeah,
19.
You would immediately recognize it as a warning horn that the village or city may be under attack.
Oh,
Rowan's gonna look at Asher. Danger. And then Rowan's gonna start throwing on his armor and putting on his sword. Get up, get up. And he's gonna start nudging Ace.
Well, wake up Balin as well.
I wasn't trying to touch anything. What?
No.
What?
But someone.
Are you good? What kind of dreams are you having? And then, you know what? We gotta go. We gotta get up. And then Rowan's gonna rush out.
Uncle Tambrin, time to get in the backpack. I'm gonna put them on. I've got my cape. All right, Coron, I'm ready.
Good. You need to wake up Balin too.
Oh,
As you say
Balin?
that, Balin, you see the latch kind of. And Balin comes
Who's
out.
behind that door?
That's never a good sign. I don't
No.
think I've heard that all that often. Must be some kind of ruckus. Grab
go.
your weapons. We might be able to help. We are the heroes, aren't we? And he runs back into his room and he comes back out with a spear.
All right. Rowan and Asher, I'm assuming, are probably the first ones out the door because we're.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, you just got ready. We're like,
Huh.
Briar had to pack up Tambrin, and Ace was asleep yet.
Yep. But I'm out there.
Give me one
All right.
second here.
Oh, so much for trying to talk to the mayor today.
So, yeah, at this point, the night, as soon as you approach the door, or you exit the door, you said, Rowan, your marching order first, number one.
I'm sure he would be one of the first ones out the door.
That'd be right behind Rowan because I'm just throwing armor on, like getting it ready as we're walking out.
I'll be along with Balin. I don't know if you two are waiting. Ace and Briar are waiting for us, or going of your own accord.
I'm running out. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Rowan, as soon as you open the door, a wolf pounces in, and let me roll this. It will be 12 points of piercing damage. I rolled a nat 20 on my attack.
Dude.
So
It's not even an attack. That's just straight damage. What?
No. I rolled a natural 20 on my attack. So obviously natural 20 hits, but then I doubled damage.
So
Immediately this wolf pounces on you. Roll a DC or roll a strength saving throw.
with that, Asher's gonna shift into wolf form and try to knock the wolf off Rowan.
15 plus 3, 18. So
18, perfect. It doesn't knock you prone, but you feel it trying to do. This wolf is very similar, only maybe a little bit smaller than the wolf that actually Asher himself turns into, but obviously it doesn't have the same coloration. Immediately as this happens, go ahead and roll initiative. Actually, everybody.
I kind of imagine Rowan just kind of grabbing the chest of the wolf, but it's like getting his shoulder. That's kind of hard.
Correct.
I got 12.
Okay.
12? Briar.
14.
14.
14.
We're
14.
family.
14, Rowan.
That
What
is
is
a
it?
17 for Rowan.
Go ball buddies.
Excellent.
Yeah, go ball buddies.
Excellent.
For phylactery buddies.
Perfect. Okay. Top of the line. You get first move here, Rowan.
She just walked away.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
All right, she gets skipped.
Rowan was
Let's
high
go.
on initiative. Allie
I
was
know.
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, and Allie
You're
for
fine.
return.
You're first,
Sorry.
you are first
Sorry,
in
no,
line.
My cats are fighting, so I just want to make sure they're
Roll
okay.
a perception check before we do this to see if you can glean anything else.
That is an 18 plus perception?
Yep.
21.
Ooh.
21. With that, you see behind this wolf, one of the thugs that you had seen in the bar encounter at Bill Bailey's, and behind him is the familiar half-orc that you had seen earlier. But the other thug doesn't seem to be here at this moment. At least not yet, not at this present moment.
Okay, Rowan's gonna go Ace, and then kind of like recognizing those thugs. And Rowan is going to in this situation, it'd probably makes sense that Rowan's gonna grab Grizzly's knife and just kind of just shank the wolf into the neck.
Okay, roll for an attack.
He's gonna go for it twice if he can. That is a 9 plus 6, so that's a 14. 16? 15 or 16. Yeah, 15.
16, that will hit. Roll your damage.
No, 15. 15 to hit. 15 to hit.
Yep, still hits. You're good.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
I'm going to roll the 1d4 plus 1. That's 2 plus 4, so 6 damage for the first one.
Excellent.
Can I respond to her yelling at Ace, or does I have to wait till my turn?
You just go ahead and wait till your turn. Immediately after, does that finish up your turn, Ron?
No, I was gonna
okay.
use my other attack. Well, it's my bonus action to use my 2-weapon fighting and
excellent. Okay,
stab
go
him
ahead.
again.
Roll your attack.
That is a 10 plus 6, so it's a 16 to hit again.
That'll do it.
That is that's a 1 plus 4, so 5 damage.
5 damage. Perfect. Okay. Let me subtract that from. That does it. Okay. This wolf, you stab and stab again, and immediately after you stab, this wolf kind of familiar to what you've seen before, and now stands before you, the other thug that you had seen. Goodbye, wolf form. And now there is another apparently shapeshifter thug in front of you.
That's dang. Rowan's gonna action surge again.
Okay.
And he's going to use one action to kind of shove them out the door. He's gonna and then he's going to, with his, he still has the knife in one hand, but the other hand he's going to pull out Jathryl's flame sword in his left hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have both of them out. And he can't attack. Well, I mean, action is
with an action surge. Well, with action surge, you would be able to do your two attacks once again. I guess if you don't have your sword drawn, then that would be something.
Yeah, I would assume. Would pulling the sword out be an action, or do you count that as a? What would you count that?
I kind of imagined. I mean, when you were running out there, did you not kind of have your swords ready, or you were
no?
Just kinda,
I was kind of imagining Rowan just kind of like running out to see what he's thinking. It's the town is under attack, that he can have time to get ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's not running out with his swords at the ready. He's wanting to just see what it is first before he's attacking. I guess that's kind of that logical reason. So, which is why
I don't know.
So it's entirely up to you.
I would rule it as a bonus action. If you want to go ahead and do a bonus action to ready your swords.
Okay, so I'm going to bonus action ready. I'm going to sheath the knife then, and then pull out both swords, and not going to ignite the
yeah, that
flame
would be your bonus action to do that. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to now attack with the flame tongue and Limeil's blade this time.
All right, roll your attacks on this one that just transformed.
Yes, the one that's directly in front of me. I can't imagine I can't attack the ones outside the door yet. So. So that is a 13 plus 5, so that's an 18 to hit for the flame tongue.
That'll work.
Okay, and then that is an 8 plus 5, a 13 for Limeil's blade. For 13 to hit.
13 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That will also hit. What was the damage on the first attack?
Haven't rolled it yet. I'm going to roll it now.
Okay.
So that is an 8 plus 3, 11 slashing damage.
Heck yeah.
And then I'm going to roll for Limeil's blade, since I didn't ignite the blade yet. That is a 2 plus 3, so 5 damage from Lime's blade. So
Excellent.
So yeah.
Immediately after losing this wolf form, you come at him again with the 2 swipes of your main swords and you seem like you pretty solid hits. It looks like you took a good chunk of his life away with that. Excellent. Okay. Immediately after that, as this wolf that first lunged in kind of toppled you backwards a little bit, not that you fell down, but enough room that the other 2 couldn't kind of make their way in, and they each you see, well, not each of them, you see the half orc that you're familiar with. You see that he comes in, he's going to roll some attacks against you.
Okay.
You're the first one there.
Cool.
That will not hit.
So just to clarify, I took 12 damage before, right?
Yes, 12 damage.
Okay. Well, thank God for that hero's feast.
That is really, really sad.
Yep.
That's only one of his attacks that lands. That's sad. That's very sad. We will roll that, and that will be 6 points of slashing damage as he comes at you with this this scimitar. As it kind of comes down and catches you a little bit. Not a super solid hit, but I'm sorry, I guess I didn't even ask. Does 16 hit?
16 is his AC, so yes,
16,
it is.
okay. I thought so.
Yeah, no, it's a good.
I rolled
it's a good
a 5 and a 7, and I'm like, and then the third attack finally landed. So you see there's these like red kind of like spiraling lines along this scimitar that he slashes you with.
Mm-hmm.
And we will come to, that will be his turn. Ace, my dude.
Yes. So Ace, seeing good old Bort right in his face, is going to laugh and go, "Just couldn't wait till tomorrow, could you?" And he's going to rage, and he is going to get up in Bort's face, and make 2 attacks.
Okay. Roll your attacks.
Nat 20 and a... Oh, that's only a 2, so probably not a high enough. But I'll take the nat 20.
I don't know anyone who
Plus
wouldn't.
6. An 8.
8 does not hit.
Okay. So you just double the dice, right? Or do you roll? How
Roll
do
the
you do
dice
your,
and then double it.
Okay,
Actually-
so
Do you
And-
have the ability? I can't remember. Do you have that ability yet? Where if you
No.
hit crit, you don't have that yet. Where you have extra
No.
die. Okay.
16.
16 points of damage.
16 points of damage.
Excellent. Okay. Nice solid hit there. We move to Asher, wolf boy form.
Okay, so seeing the druid transform back, Asher's just gonna go for the throat
Go for the
and try to
throat.
impact.
Roll your attack.
Rip off his head!
That is a 15.
Don't
That'll
forget pack tactics. You have advantage.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah. See if you can get a crit.
Nope, that's worse. So that's gonna be 2d6.
We'll take the one that hits.
That's 8 plus 3, so 11 damage, and then he's got to make a strength saving score of 13.
That probably doesn't do it. Nope, that's 8.
So he is knocked prone.
He is
Tackle
knocked
back.
prone. Okay. All right. And we move to Briar.
I don't know if this orc man is smart, but if he's messing with us, maybe not so much. And I would like to cast Mind Slaver, please.
All right.
Intelligence saving throw
roll.
of 13.
Oh, it was almost 19. Okay, roll your damage. it was like 19. Nope, 3.
Yep.
Bro.
Okay,
Well, it's a
great.
five
So
total.
I rolled now. Okay. A 6! And
All right.
don't. And in the future, he'll have to make 1d4 saving throw.
Also,
Hey,
also, how are you
Also,
casting this?
I will with my Vine Weep, and let's do the the damage. I forgot I had a weapon. Whoop, 1d4, 2 plus 1, so 3 extra damage.
3. Okay, so 6 and 3. Nice. All right, we move to Karan.
All right. Well, I saw that Rowan, and I could reach Rowan
Yeah,
easily
no problem.
from where I am. So I saw that Rowan took a little bit of a hit there, and I'm going to come up. I'm going to use. Actually, hang on to it. I got to check this. Can I use that as a bonus action, or is that as an action? No, that's an action. Okay, so I'm as opposed to making an attack, I'm just going to come up and I'm going to do preserve life. You channel divinity, and do preserve life on Rowan. And you took how much damage?
I took 6 damage, not counting the damage that was
The wolf. 12.
from the initial wolf. Yeah.
Okay, so I can heal any number of creatures within 30 feet. I'm going to heal you 10 HP because that's the maximum.
Before you heal anything,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to have no effect. Something about the way you received damage, you are unable to heal.
Okay, so I still have to use my attempt.
But you do have to attempt it, so you do still have to burn it,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
so
you
yeah,
didn't-
my
you didn't know
action
that.
just gets wasted.
But
on that.
it seems to not heal.
Whole balls.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's basically like my move. I'm going to come up next to Rowan. But there's nothing else I can do. That's it.
Sorry, Blind.
Just trying to do my
and
job,
Rowan,
man.
sorry. Sorry. But okay, we move to the one bandit is going to use half his movement to get back up and doesn't have to go
Question,
anywhere from that.
Before we go any further, is it anything that the Hero's Feast would protect me from?
No.
Mm.
Nope.
Well, it means it knows what we know what it is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Like,
Mhm.
Anyway,
Mhm.
okay.
And the one who druid boy is going to roll for an attack immediately on the wolf that just attacked him. Taste of his own medicine. That is 14 to hit.
AC class of 14, so that hits.
AC class of 14. Oh, I see that because it's a wolf. Wait, my wolf has 13.
Mine's a dire.
I
I was like, I generally know what this guy we're up against. I have one of these.
And he also has a scimitar, so that will hit. He will. That will be 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And yep, that's it. Okay, one attack. Lame monster. The other one makes his way into the door and immediately kind of trying to almost gang up on Rowan. Damn. Okay. Why am I so bad at rolling? Okay. Does a 6 hit? Nope. Okay, we come back to you, Rowan. Your turn.
Rowan is gonna, go for. I think Bort is prone, right?
Bort is not prone. It's the other. Nobody's prone anymore. The other one uses movement to get back up.
Okay, Rowan's gonna go after Bort.
Okay.
And or
Can you reach Bort, or is there somebody?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't think I can reach Bort. I'm gonna go for the one that's still in front of me then. Rowan's gonna stick with the one that's right in front of him. Logically,
Yep.
He wouldn't.
The one that was in wolf form, or the one that just approached you and just tried to attack you?
The one that's in wolf form. The one that was
okay.
in wolf. Yeah. So the one that's directly in front of me, the one that he
Just
made
for
his...
like theater of the mind's sake, Rowan is right here. I don't have like a battle map for this, but it's close enough proximity. We don't really necessarily need it. There's not a whole lot of movement involved or positioning. It's really just Rowan right here, the wolf form kind of right here, one, like to Rowan's left, and then Bort and the other thug right in front of Rowan. That's it.
Okay. So there's like two guys stacked like just inside of the doorway, and there's another guy off to Rowan's left.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
And that's the wolf form one.
So for theater of the mind, if he doesn't attack me, if Bort doesn't attack me, would I have flanking opportunity next
Well, I
round?
think we all have flanking opportunity now because you're right next. You should be right next to me.
Yeah.
I got to start
'Cause you
adding
attack
flanking
Bort.
for myself too, because
Yeah.
technically they're flanking you too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, it's all pretty much close enough proximity. We're going to be adding a lot of
Okay.
to our attacks. So
So that's a 10. No, that is a 11 for the first one. So I'm gonna roll again to see if I have advantage. That is a 17. 17 plus 5, a 22 to hit for the flame tongue. I'm gonna go with that one.
all right,
The
that'll
second
hit.
roll.
And it's still not
then-
lit because you haven't used the action, so don't be rolling the flame damage for that.
What
well.
what is in my bonus actions?
I think it's a bonus action.
It is
might
a bonus
be. Yeah,
action,
okay.
but I also have to do a Constitution roll.
Yeah.
Constitution roll to see if I can ignite it. DM, do you give me permission? Can I have permission to do
You
that?
can go ahead and try it.
Can try. Oh no, that is not gonna work. That's a 6 plus 2 is an 8, so that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna roll for the second attack, which will be for Limil's blade. Still not lit. That is a 13 plus 5, so that's an 18 for the first attack. Hopefully a nat 20 for the second one. Nope. So I'm gonna go with the first one to hit. I'm assuming it did.
18.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll hit. Roll your damage.
And then let's see here. Oh, nice. That is a 5 plus 3 as an 8 slashing damage for Flame Tongue. And then Limil's blade.
How do you want to do that?
Oh. Okay. I'm just going to just go straight through his chest. I'm just gonna nothing fancy, just finish
Oh, yeah.
him through the chest. Just
Straight through, he drops like a sack of potatoes. You have your other attack that you could make on anybody else if you'd like.
how close is Bort?
Right in front of you.
All right, Rowan's just gonna. I'd imagine with his right hand, he's just gonna go for Bolt or for Bort. Which
Bolt.
was 18.
No! He's dead! Oh no!
Bolt.
I know,
Bolt.
Bort and Bolt. Okay, Bort, yes.
Does an 18 hit him? I'm transferring the
Does.
lime mills. Okay, so I'm going to roll. So I rolled the damage already, so that's a 9 That's 9 slashing damage against Bort.
Okay.
So just to
9
clarify-
slashing damage.
Yes.
Flanking, is it rolling with advantage or is it rolling with a +2 to
Plus
hit?
2.
Okay.
Okay, it's a +2.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye blind.
Bye.
I rolled it wrong, by the way, Holston. So I do apologize. I'll have to keep that in mind next time.
You did what?
I rolled twice instead of just adding the +2.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
pack tactics is the same
Cool,
way.
Yeah. Sorry. Pack tactics is with advantage, but
Oh.
technically flanking isn't even anything. It's just something that makes sense and people incorporate it. Flanking only really applies to like rogues or something, isn't it? Like sneak attacks. But actual like flanking, I don't even think is an actual mechanic. So, yeah.
Okay.
But
It's a super common one.
yeah, but it's a super common like implementation, which we will implement, and that means that I get it too. Bort is going to roll an attack on Wowen. That's 18 plus 2 plus 5. That probably hits.
Yes, that definitely does.
Let me see. In quick succession, 17 plus 2 plus 5, that will hit.
Yeah.
And that will also hit 14 plus 2 plus 5. Okay,
So
that's
three hits?
three
Three
attacks with his scimitar in quick succession, just kind of just like a flourish of his blade as you saw him kind of earlier, you know, the day before, kind of flourish and swing the blade around. Oof. Dang. All right, that's dang. Okay. Now I'm rolling good. Wow. Okay. Dang. I rolled a 6, and a 5. And that's a +3 to each of those. So what is
Rowan's
that
down.
math?
Rowan's
Wow.
down. He's down. So that's a 12, 17, 17 plus 9.
Dang, 26.
Rowan's
26 points of slashing damage.
is Rowan dead?
No.
It's to
He's-
double your total HP.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be double your.
So you have to
total
take
HP.
48 damage to be insta killed.
Okay.
Okay.
Rowan is down.
So you guys see quickly as Bort just and Rowan falls to the ground. It is now Ace, your turn. It would be you on the left of the one that just got killed, the one that was in wolf form. So it would have been you here, wolf guy now dead, Rowan fallen, and then them two in front of you.
So I'm gonna go for board again.
Okay.
Rolling both attacks. Ace is gonna get pretty pissed. Let's see here. Oof. 9.
That was high rolls on the damage there. I'm sorry, Allie.
So a dirty 20 for one, and then 11 for the other.
Dirty 20 will hit.
We are going to do 10 points of damage. That is
Excellent.
my turn.
And this is for Bort.
Yes, this is for Bort.
Okay.
And with my movement, is there a way I can get myself in front of Rowan to kind of like almost stand over her or him? I'm sorry, stand over him and
I would say that they would be occupying the space because it's all like close combat within 5 feet of each other. I would say you wouldn't be able to really get in front of him. I will say by this point, seeing him fall, it does look like they've kind of like shifted their focus onto you.
okay.
Them two. We move to Asher, Wolf Boy.
I'm gonna get rid of this druid before he shapeshifts again. That's a
He's dead, isn't he?
He's
I
dead.
thought
He's dead.
Rowan-
He's dead. It's
Oh,
regular,
Druid's
just the
dead.
regular thug now. Yeah.
You have a human
Oh.
and an orc, half orc.
okay. Then I will go for the guy that just downed my friend.
That would be Bort.
So that's 13 plus 5, so 18.
That'll hit.
Okay, and that's 5 plus 2. I should know this by now. That's 8 damage with a strength save.
Okay. Let me roll the strength save. Dang. Okay. That's not gonna save. That's 7. 8 excuse me. 8 damage.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. And he is now prone.
Yep.
All right. We move to Briar.
Okay, I would like to use. I'd like to run up to Rowan, grab him by the armor, and start dragging him backwards.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Please be good to me,
Oh,
you motherfucker!
please
Be good,
be good
to
to
me.
me.
20.
Okay.
Oh!
With that, mustering up some form of ungodly tiny strength, she slides Rowan out of danger. And nobody would have been an opportunity attack range, so you are good. And Rowan is out of harm's way. He would be probably about 15 foot away. Well, no, that would have been... He's only about 10 foot away. So you've dragged him 10 feet out of harm's way. But that would be your turn, Karan. She drug him basically almost right beside you because you had walked up to Rowan, so it would just be like 5 foot away, just directly adjacent to you. You're muted.
I thought I was on Rowan's side last time, and then Rowan's got drugged back now, so it's not the case.
Well, I didn't realize. I didn't know if you were right beside him or right behind him when you tried to heal
No.
him.
I came up on the side of Rowan.
Okay,
That's
so
how either way,
he'd be 10 foot away from you then, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll step back a bit, and I'm gonna do Spare the Dying, and as my action, and then I'm going to use Healing Word in order to attempt to, bring Rowan back into the fight, not just stabilize.
You are successful in stabilizing. He does not need to make saving throws at this time or on his turn. Mm-hmm. But again, there seems to be no effect with the healing ability. Roll a... What kind of roll would this be?
Just give him 1 HP, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Which even that technically, I'm going to allow it, but...
do you want me to do an Arcana check to determine something here?
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay. All right, so that is 17 plus 3, so 20. Soft 20.
With that, you kind of gleam, after 2 unsuccessful attempts from trying to restore some health to Rowan, as you kind of like glance up, the scimitar swimming or kind of dancing around in Bort's hands. You see almost as if those red lines that kind of dance and wrap and intertwine around the blade seem to be like filled with like blood, like as if the blood is kind of riding along those.
Okay.
All right. We move to Bandit. Here. Let me roll for an attack. He's going to roll for an attack on Ace. Okay. I can roll him too. Okay. So that's... Oh, that's lame. Okay. No, wait, it's twice. Okay, 8 points of slashing damage, but you're enraged, so that'll be 4 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
4 points of slashing damage as he comes across with his scimitar. That will be his turn. The other two are, or the other one, rather, is currently incapacitated. You know what? Okay, all right. We come back to Rowan. Rowan, you are stabilized.
I guess Rowan is going to attempt to struggle to stand up. And turn to Briar and say thank you. And then go to move and then just kind of fall. And is kind of just kind of clutching his wounds from the scimitar. And then just look at his hands full of blood.
Stay still.
He's kind of look at Briar with scared.
Stay still, Rowan. Don't move.
With that, Now attention turned to you, the object of his desire of murder. Ace. That is a... Hold on, wrong guy. 21 total. No, 20, it doesn't matter. 23 total. That is 12 plus 2, 14 total. Was that hit?
That hits.
14 still hits. And that one will hit as well.
Now, is this blade magical?
It seems to be.
So then I don't take half damage from magic weapons.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that was a good thing. Oh, I don't think that's a good thing.
Wait, what did you
It'll
say
be
you
10
do or don't
points
want?
of slashing damage.
I do not take half damage from magical weapons.
Even if it's just a slashing damage, but the fact that it's magical.
If it's a magical sword, magical weapon in any sort.
It's
Okay.
mundane only.
Mm.
All three of his attacks land again. Flourish. Take 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. And you didn't have that then?
And the fact that
No,
he's
that's
prone
not halved.
didn't change his target,
That who's proned?
Bort, because he went prone for my last attack.
Did not change his target. No, he kind of gets back up and immediately goes for what he appears to be. You know, he could. You want him to come after you? But that will finish his turn. So we move to Ace. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to take 2 more swings at him. As Ace is very angry. I'm gonna kill you, Bort.
You can try.
We have got some good hits here. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and dirty 20.
What were the totals?
23 and dirty 20 for both hits.
That'll hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. 13 plus 8. We're at 21 plus 4, 25 points of damage.
25 points of damage. How do you want to do it?
You can try as soon as he hits.
and succeed.
I just for flavor, can I make a wisdom saving throw to try and not kill him, because I told everyone I would attempt not to.
I mean, are you asking
Sure,
us permission
yeah.
to kill him? Okay.
I'm asking permission to try to.
See if you can control it.
Yeah.
Let's do a charisma saving throw.
Oh yeah, even better.
A
-1 to that save.
It's not your specialty, exactly. You're meant to just like, no, I must kill.
Because if you don't kill him, there's gonna be a wolf eating him in a second.
Yeah. Okay. So that's right. Yeah, that's an 8 minus 7. So
He did.
he is going to punch him and basically do like a Glenn from Walking Dead. He is
Spoilers.
Cave in his orbital socket.
yes.
Okay. He is no longer recognizably bored to Egan. We move from there. Asher, your turn.
I'm gonna go get rid of that last bandit that's right next
Last
to
bandit.
us.
Right next to you. Okay.
That's an 18 plus 5, so that hits, I'm assuming.
Yep. That'll do it.
Put this dice back. That's 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 3 is 11.
11 points of damage.
Yep. And a strength saving throw.
We can hold off on that. How do you want to do that?
So I'm assuming this wolf is just pissed by now, so he's just gonna jump and just start like shredding this dude with his claws and
And then just rip the
Yep. Okay. We may exit initiative. Well done, my
Oh.
friends. Well done, my friends.
I
Excellent.
I have to apologize. I didn't keep him alive.
We need bandages, somebody.
Corone, one of the healing potions. Do you have those in your pouch still?
No, what Rowan needs is to just be taken care of and needs to rest. I believe that half-orc was a blood hunter. This necrotic damage isn't going to be healed with simple magics unless we have, and I don't, have ability to purify this.
Rowan's gonna kind of stand up,
No, Rowan, I told you no.
and then I just kind of, just for flavor, he's just gonna kind of.
Can I try to catch him? Can I try to run over
Sure.
there and catch Rowan as he falls? Do I need to make some kind of check for that? Or?
I'd say easy enough. No need to roll for that.
Easy there, big fella.
So before
You do rest.
Asher goes to help, he wants to like sniff Bort and see if he recognizes the scent.
No familiar scent off of this. You do smell a familiar scent of Rowan's blood still kind of teeming along this blade. And now no longer in Bort's hand, but the blade still seems to kind of... And then you see it kind of seeps out of the blade.
Then he's gonna go over to in wolf form over to Rowan and have like basically help Rowan into one of the rooms.
Briar, get the Town's guard.
Well,
Right.
just Asher noticed that, right? About the blood leaving the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his sniffy.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll have the blade in my mouth too while I'm walking over and drop it in front of the group.
Wait, the blade looks different.
I'm gonna try to heal again and see if I can or if I can't.
Sorry, Balin, about your floors.
Just
Quiet,
really,
that's the least of our
Balin's still on the
concerns right
ground. Hey, here was Bort. Goodbye, Bort.
now. Yeah, bye, Bort. Don't give a shit about you. So I'm gonna try to use cure wounds again.
Go ahead.
So that's 10. If it
You
even heals.
see as Rowan's wounds begin to seal themselves, and he feels 10 hit points better.
I'm gonna pick up that blade and I want to run over to the window and take a peek out and see if there's like any more fighting. Because I mean, like my rationalization is the horn went off. Why would it just go off for these few?
Yeah, as you run out, you see almost like this small kind of as if it had traveled a bit of distance, but still there's this kind of smoke, and you see kind of in the night sky kind of that I don't know, like the cloud effect you see kind of behind you as you peer behind, like this reddish orangish glow, and at this point there's kind of screaming and the horn still kind of, and you see what you gathered to be some kind of fire started off in a different part of town.
These weren't the only signs of trouble here. We need to get Rowan taken care of.
Yeah.
Get the bodies inside. I want this door shut.
Rowan is going to look down and see the wounds heal, and he's going to remember the potion that Mordecai gave him before he left, and he's going to chug the potion of healing, which is 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Did somebody take the sword?
I have it in my hand.
Asher had it in his mouth.
Yeah.
Then I dropped it in the ground before.
Yeah.
I heal for 8. So Rowan is feeling pretty good for now. Not great, but he's feeling pretty good. Rowan is going to kind of, I'm assuming, just still leaning on Ace. He's going to grab him by his shoulder, the neck, and Nice job. It had to come down to that. It had to.
I tried. Didn't work too well.
Defense is different than offense. Before, we were going to go in there and start a fight
Yeah.
in Billy Bale's bar. Now, we've defended ourselves and been slain by them.
Rowan's gonna go pick up his swords that I'm assuming are probably on the ground and ignite them both. Ignite. Sorry, not wrong campaign. Ignite the flame of tongue.
Flame of tongue.
Well,
Flame of tongue.
Flame of tongue. Flame tongue.
I mean, are we gonna waste this sword? I mean, it did cool things. Maybe it could help one of you.
I agree. I think
Asher, don't you
think-
use something similar to that?
And Asher's gonna like kind of walk over and like
All right,
or something.
all right.
I mean, I can use another spell and detect magic to see if it was actually the thing or not.
Sure.
But
Could do that.
yeah. Can you do that as a ritual?
Well, it is. Yes, it's a ritual, so I will have to have some time to prepare, and I will have to utilize some of my magic. But I can confirm if it was actually the blade or if it was an ability of that now deceased individual.
Do we want to have a few of us work on the sword and another look at the fire and just make sure that
I
wasn't.
think we should stick together.
Yes, absolutely.
Rowan,
Oh wait, wrong character.
Asher's like scratching at the door.
Okay. Well, let's go check out the fire then, and then we'll check the sword out after.
I'm just gonna run. Well, and we put the swords away and run and try to attempt to take the blood off of him. Like, just wipe it.
Personally, I'd say keep the swords out at this point.
Okay.
Asher, you don't have any pockets. Where am I supposed?
Hold it. Just hold it.
His prison pocket.
And I'm gonna pull it up in the sky with like ultimate power. I'm a wizard. This means nothing to me.
At least you can do some damage, Briar. So,
You haven't
let's go.
You have not been introduced to my weapon, then clearly.
Rowan is going to run out the door, open the door, and run out. Again, be the first
Yeah.
one out.
Yeah.
Be the
Then you
first one out.
see
Can I make sure that I am right beside him? Like Ace is literally Rowan has ran out or been somewhere and 2 times has almost gotten himself killed. So
Well,
he's
so this time Asher's like scratching at the door, like someone let this open this damn thing.
he's not a raptor. He doesn't know how to open stuff.
No, actually, do you want to go out, Asher?
You go potty.
Do you want me to open it and carry your sword? Fine.
Yeah, Asher will be out and right ahead of Rowan, kind of like keeping him. Basically, keeping him from getting
Okay.
hit with
Yeah,
anything.
so as you guys go out, no other enemies. You do see kind of like you go up the stairs and look, kind of you see that skylight lit up with the orange of flame, and a guard kind of just run right past kind of the alleyway that the house is in.
Kauron, should we go for the fire? What if it's a distraction for something?
I mean, at this point, we could ask that soldier there to see what exactly is going on, trying to gather some information.
My best bet is that sly fox Bort made a distraction so he could try and attempt to kill us.
It's absolutely possible.
But we should still go check the fire out to make sure everybody is safe there.
You kind of hear off in the distance towards where that guard is running from, or was running towards. It kind of a voice that sounds like it's kind of coming closer, and it kind of the voice of a woman. They took him! They took him! They took him, my boy! And she runs past, and she runs kind of. You see another guard comes right in there, and you see her kind of like shake him, and the guard's like, It's all right, ma'am. We'll get him back. We'll take care of him. And then he kind of like looks down the alleyway towards you guys. You got weapons. Can you help? We need you.
Yes.
This
Yes,
way.
point in
And
the
he
direction.
starts to take off. And as you guys kind of pass, if you oblige and follow along, the woman kind of begging each of you as you go, please help my Timmy, please. And you head down towards the fire. You see actually on two sides of this kind of alley, two houses on kind of almost the perimeter of town. One a little bit of a smaller fire, and the other one just absolutely ablaze.
So
kind of
prior
lighting
to,
up the
like,
street.
when the woman passes us, Asher's gonna like kind of sit there and sniff and try to get a scent of the kid or something.
Yeah, can Ace slow down and ask her, who took him? Where is he? What does he look like?
They were terrible. The little dragon people. There were many of them, so many.
Oh, okay. What did he look like?
He's small. He's just a boy. He's got short blonde hair and beautiful blue eyes. Please.
Okay. And then Ace is gonna rush off to try to catch back up at the party, I'm guessing.
When we're getting towards the fire, Briar's keeping an eye out, see if there's water anywhere, like any troughs, like anything with water.
There's actually, in front of the one that's a little bit lesser ablaze, there is kind of a hitching post and kind of a trough of water that meant for horses.
Charon, you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
We should be able to put this fire out.
And so together, the Wonder Twins would like to shape water.
Form of.
Get some Avatar
As
action
you
going on.
kind of
Yeah, we're going to bend some water over that direction. So go ahead, Olsen.
So, the issue with shape water, you can move it within a 5-foot cube, but you can't necessarily take a 5-foot cube and move that water anywhere. It's move that water within a 5-foot cube, if that makes sense.
Okay, so we're just going to watch the house burn down.
Well, you can have. Let me double check.
We're going to grab some marshmallows. Have a great time.
It says otherwise change or move the water up to 5 feet in any direction. So it says you can move it. So in theory, I can pass it and move it 5 feet, then she could, then I could, then she could, then I could, then she could, then I could, then she could, then I could.
But
Yeah,
he's
just bucket
going
it.
to limit us to doing it twice, so we can move it up to, if he
So-
allows us, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Rowan wouldn't know. Can Rowan look for like a, like in the Western they used to have like barrels of water like right outside, just covered barrels.
Roll a perception check.
Was Asher able to sniff anything out for that kid?
Yeah, I will say that you would probably have somewhat of a familiar scent without going into too much detail.
So I'm gonna try to. Oh, I'm gonna try to follow the scent of that woman / the kid.
It leads you to the front of this kind of burning house, and then it kind of, the scent or the trail kind of heads off towards outside of town. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Wouldn't it be on smell, so he'd have advantage? Doesn't he have advantage on smells? Perception checks? Stuff like that, right?
I
Is it wolf?
don't know if
Yeah,
that's
I have advantage
necessarily-
on perception checks with smells, but
Okay, so then
survival.
we'll do that instead of survival then. Yeah. It would make more sense to do survival, wouldn't it? Just-
Wouldn't it? Holson, what are the town guards doing right now? Are there town guards at this burning
you
house
see,
right now?
they're kind of like standing around, and each of them one of them takes his helmet off and scoops up some of the water, and you see him run over to the lesser flame, like it's salvageable. The other one away aside from the trough is just ablaze. But you see them kind of scoop up their helmet and just go trying to.
What about
douse the
Rowan's
flames
net? Dirty 20. Dirty 20 for the looking for barrels with water or barrels of anything that.
You see a barrel kind of in an alley to the left of this building, but it has kind of like it's filled with like kind of torches. It's kind of a smaller barrel, but it's like the torches that they use to light the lamps around the city. So you'd have to just dump that out, and you would have this kind of like nice sized little kind of watering bowl.
Rowan's gonna dump that out and start filling it with water and trying to splash the entryway.
Mhm.
So if we need to get in,
How heavy is this trough? Maybe Rowan, do you think we could pick up this trough, me and you, and throw it ourselves into the water?
I think we could try. And Rowan's gonna kind of like give the bucket to Karan, and then just kind of attempt to go with the trough with
grab-
it. Yeah, grab the other
That's
side.
a 19 for the perception to try to follow the trail.
You start to follow the trail and and you see just this. Roll a perception check. This would be a sight perception check.
Okay. That's better. That's 25.
25. You see almost way off in the distance, kind of walking up this hill, just these slight little movements. And one thing draws your eye, this kind of almost glowing blue light, just faintly, that you see that kind of seems to lead this group of moving figures, but they're a good bit away.
So I'm gonna look at the group and then like look over and see if anyone's following, and kind of let out a howl and try to start moving that direction.
Something else with that roll catches your attention immediately. There's this kind of almost crumbled up piece of paper, like a large piece of almost poster board type paper, just kind of like laying in the street.
I'm gonna kind of grab it and wait for the group to hopefully start.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. So as soon as we get rid of this, let's go.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
well, no, we'll take the trough. We'll throw the trough of water onto the fire, and then we need to go over and see what Asher's found.
Okay.
All right, so
So-
roll strength checks to try to hoist this giant
I
tub
rolled
of
a
water.
15 plus 3 is an 18.
18.
I rolled an 18 plus 4, which is a 22. So
Excellent. With that, it's a heavy trough with, filled to the brim with water. I mean, a little bit taken out from kind of the helmets and the scoops and stuff. Pivot!
You got
and it takes you a second to kind of get a rhythm to not like kind of drop the trough a little bit, but you kind of scurry over to the house, and by this point, the flames are just starting to curl up the side of the house, almost to the second floor.
Okay.
Can
All
we
right.
make like a, I don't know, some kind of attack? Like a.
Would that
Roll
be it would
an
be like athletics?
intelligence check,
Oh.
each of you.
Oof.
Each and all of us. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
not me.
each of them. Or yeah, you
Oh,
know what? You can
okay.
assist. Roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because it's all
Roll
of
with
you kind of working together.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 and a 1. Not me.
Water make fire. Go.
Fire burn.
Rolled another 15, but intelligence would knock me down to a 14. So
14.
that was not the
What
brightest.
about on? You guys rolled with advantage, Allie?
Yes, I rolled an 8 for my second one. So
Okay, and Karan.
Well, I
Brian?
thought we were assisting. So we
Well,
all get to make
Yeah,
the
just go ahead
rolls.
and roll. You're
with
essentially
advantage?
like directing them where to throw the water,
Okay.
where to dump the water.
That makes sense. That makes total
honestly,
sense.
that would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay. So
And also, now that it's closer, you would be able to easily use shape water to. So rather than them even,
perfect.
Yeah, we'll just do
that makes
that.
more sense.
We'll
Than
do
it?
We'll just do that. It's like
So
now-
we're about
now-
to we're about to throw it. And they're like, no, stop. So we just
catch it midair as you're throwing it.
Oh,
And the
nice.
water.
Yes.
So you're like Chuck, and we're like, cool.
Yeah, so we're still roll your intelligence checks to see if you can.
That was
Makes
18,
sense.
17 plus 1. It's like I had advantage still, right? We were still allowing that to happen.
Sure.
Okay, good.
Excellent. With that, easy enough, both of you kind of controlling this water, you kind of like, with these like, kind of like zip forms to prevent the water from just completely just evaporating, you kind of like send it in, take the mist that kind of like reforms into water and kind of like cycle it in as you kind of put out this flame, and it's just like
That's badass.
and you see the charred kind of frame of this house, the one behind you still kind of blazing away.
Yeah, we gotta go. Asher called us. And Rowan's gonna turn to the town's guard. Use the troughs. Everybody just attack the troughs.
You see as they kind of they take and they try to hoist it over, and they're kind of like dumping it a little bit because they can't quite hoist it as well as you guys did. Give us a hand. We gotta at least try. And I would say it would be harder than this one, but it would be possible probably to put out the fire of the other, especially because the way this kind of village block is, if that one goes, others kind of, they're almost, they're connected in a lot of ways.
The one we put out or the one that's still on fire?
The one you put out is good. The one that's still on fire, it would be manageable to put out, but it would be hard.
But I mean, the one that's still on fire, will it branch off to the other houses?
Yes.
Shit,
we get the impression that it would.
All right, well, yeah, let's just go.
There's still water in the trough, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a good old Matthew Colville skill check.
Okay.
Each of you tell me what you're going to roll and why it would make sense to help this situation, and that will determine the outcome.
I'd like
That's an old edition game mechanic thing.
So it's
do.
Sorry.
So you
Just for some data, right? Is Asher at the one that's super flamey? No. Okay.
No,
No.
it's the
he's
one
in
that
the
we
middle of the
just
street,
put out.
kind of.
He's. I imagine he was on the other side of the one that's.
Well,
literally-
yeah, I like took up a little ways, so I'm like waiting for you guys to catch up to me.
Okay.
So I'm out of this.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got something that I think.
Well, okay. I will start with Ace.
Rowan-
What would you be doing to try to put out the fire?
I'm gonna direct 2 of the town guard to get on one side of this trough to help them manage it, and I'll take up one side and take
So you get to give me an
strength
actual check. You want to do a persuasion check as one of your things?
Well, I want to do a strength check because I'm going to be picking up the trough on the other side of it.
Okay.
To get.
So
You
that
mean
would be
you check
athletics. Do an athletics check. Yeah. So you're using each of your skill checks, and you got to describe to me which one you're doing and why it would make sense to help the situation.
21.
21. That is a success. We have a success. So we're basically just looking for successes and failures, and there's a certain kind of threshold that you have to hit.
Okay.
So what are you doing, Briar?
I'm doing whatever Karan's doing. I'm just there to help and make him stronger because we're better as a team than we are apart.
Okay.
So would that be like Arcana check to like know how to use
You're
your?
gonna give me
cantrip?
advantage on a check.
I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
If that's okay.
You'll permit that.
If that's okay with you. But if you want just like straight whatever, I'd say just do like maybe insight.
Insight applies more to people and creatures.
Oh, then
Investigation would be like the insight for inanimate objects.
okay, so investigation. Well, because I'm just going based off of whatever you're gonna do, because I'm there to assist,
Okay.
assist you.
I mean, I was actually either investigation or perception, whichever you would permit, Holson. I wanted to see where I could apply the water to basically think about like how they fight fires in California. You know, some things that are
Kinda
burning.
cut it off.
Cut it off. At least truncate the damage.
Okay, so roll either one of those. Everybody else, we'll maybe come back another round depending on successes and failures. So go ahead and roll that, and you can do that again. You can't roll the same thing you just rolled, but you can roll something somebody else rolled. So if you would also like to roll a perception or investigation on top of his, you're allowed to do that.
I'm going to do a perception check for the first one then.
Okay.
All right. And that is a 14 plus 4, so 18. Excellent.
That's another pass. We come to... Oh, she's gone. So you're just assisting and giving him advantage. We'll just come back to Ace then.
Well, if Sky wanted to help out, I would imagine like a perception check or an investigation to your perception check. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Sky?
She just got a burrito.
Well, she was saying, did you roll with advantage, Blind?
No, I actually did not. I did not roll with advantage.
Well, then
I just rolled.
Don't do that, and we'll have Sky roll. Roll your
Full-
own.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you want to do your own perception or
Okay.
Investigation to
What would make more sense? Perception or
whichever
investigation?
one has a higher bonus.
Okay, perception. So that is a 14 plus 5, so 19.
Okay. Allie, what would you like to try?
Rowan is going to pick up the bucket that he put near Karun. I'm assuming Karun probably put it down while he was doing the waterbending things, and he's just gonna dump the bucket into the trough. Oh, so athletics.
Athletics,
and
roll an athletics check then.
Just gonna try to throw some water into the fire into one of the windows.
Okay, perfect.
That is cocked.
Roll again.
That is a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Plus 5, which will put it at 25.
With all of your combined efforts and that natural 20 as counting as 2 plus successes, no failures, you guys are able to successfully manage this fire with each of your attempts, and well done. You put out the big fire.
Awesome.
Our first skill test.
Saved the city.
So
Maybe.
with time not on our side, I'm going to be. That's great. Town guard, do your job. We've got a trail heading that way. Pointing to where Asher is, and I'm dashing over to where Asher is.
Rowan will be as well. Right at Ace's heels.
As I follow, I'm going to cast my first abjuration spell on myself, and it's going to be mage armor. It's going to be good for 8 hours.
Nice.
How long has it been since we got attacked by Bort?
You guys were there for probably 5-10 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
5-10
Okay,
minutes.
because I've only a dog for an hour. That's why.
Time is really not on our side. Got it. Okay.
So as you cast this abjuration spell, Briar, you see for a moment, you feel from your pouch, your backpack, this like almost ethereal like form kind of for a moment, and you feel something very similar and akin to when you first put on Tambrin's cloak. That kind of feels like a hug kind of thing.
It's going to catch in my throat and my chest, and I'm just going to stand up a little taller, not cry, and just keep going.
Oh my God, it's Rocket and Groot.
So, with that, do you is anybody making note of Asher's paper?
Is he
Yeah,
still-
I'm literally
still
like,
sniffing at it or holding
I'm
it?
like,
He's got it in his
I
mouth,
picked it
yeah,
up and then drop it in front of you guys. Of like,
look.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I would be the first one there, right? Because I was dashing. Can I uncrumble it and read it? What does it say?
You see, it's almost like it's like really chicken scratched, like little diagram drawings. You see like a roughly drawn skeleton of a dragon, and it shows it says in other little drawings you see like a group of like kind of humanoid looking like kids, and you see this small form drawn of these like dragon like small creatures about the size of the kids almost, and you see them kind of like hoisting them up, and it says in really rough kind of like common, it says bring bones of dragon, and the words are spelled wrong, like dragon is spelled super wrong. It's almost like a crayon like child's drawing.
Ganji and dragon.
Yeah, dragon. Or we return bones of little ones.
Does it have any kind of trail mark of where, like a map almost, or is it just
Nope.
a basic? It's a ransom note. That's basically what it is.
Basically, an attempt.
Well, I'm gonna look down at Asher and be like, "Can you take a scent off of this? Do you have some kind of trail that we can try to catch up with them?"
And Asher's gonna turn around and keep following the trail that he was sniffing out.
Okay.
Because he's already seen them.
Okay, let's go. I'm going to follow Asher to his side, keeping up with him.
Rowan's in tow.
All right.
Mhm.
With that, break time. Let's go. I love you guys. All right. We're
See
going
you
to
guys
take
in a bit.
a quick break.